Oh, great. So let's have this wonderful conversation about skills, not pills. So excited to have you here, Joel, Dr. Joel
Yes.
Wade, joining us live for Skills, Not Pills movement. So delighted to have you here.
Thanks, Kaylee. It's good to be here.
Yay. So you are one of our experts for the Skills, Not Pills Summit, and you've got a lengthy background in psychology.
Uh-huh.
And you work with the positive psychology movement. So tell us a little bit about, some of the things that you've noticed over this long path that have led you to this summit.
Yeah, well, I guess so. My work is my newest book is The Virtue of Happiness. So the where my work revolves and what I've found is useful for my clients and for the work I do is really understanding happiness as something that we earn. I don't mean that in some kind of competition, like if somebody's happier than another person, they're better. Or we all have our own challenges. They're very unique. Some of us have more internal challenges, some more external challenges. So it's not a competition. It's just given individuals challenges and strengths and weaknesses and circumstances. How can you make the most out of the life that you have? And a lot of people get drawn to sort of short-term, immediate gratification kind of Las Vegas, Hollywoody, woohoo, okay, I feel good right now, so I'm happy. That actually is one of the most miserable ways to live because then it becomes a matter of luck. If things are going your way, then you're happy. If they're not, then you're unhappy.
Yeah, so you're on the sea of
Exactly.
circumstance. You're floating
Exactly.
on the sea of circumstance with all the waves. And if you're at the
Yeah.
top of the wave, it's great. And if you're at the bottom, well, life
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. And actually, that that quality of just being uh, sort of the victim of events or circumstances is a pretty unhappy way to live because you don't get to own what you create. And one of the biggest quality that makes us human is our ability to envision different possibilities into the future. And I'm not talking about just dreaming, fantasy dreams. I'm talking about, okay, I have this project to complete. Here's here's one way I could do it. Here's another way I could do it. Here's another way I might go about it. Here are some of the resources I could find and the support I need. So we can kind of problem solve into the future so that we can reach our goals. And what makes for a happy life is, first of all, our relationships and our presence and our sense of trust and safety and kindness and curiosity and playfulness in our relationships. But then also the complexity that we grow in our work, in our interactions, in what we create in our lives. And relationships are very much a creative process. We create a relationship together with another person. So that increasing complexity is what we've experienced as growth. But it requires consciousness and purposefulness to do. So that's why I say that a lot of our happiness is something that we earn. It requires consciousness and deliberate, practice to do things.
Well, isn't that a better way of doing it? Because then you can be sure,
Yeah,
it's like, okay, no matter what happens,
yeah,
I can be happy
yeah,
because I've got the skills to be happy
yeah,
no matter what's happening out there. I'm not the victim of circumstance. I'm not like
right.
bounced around on the ocean.
And it's not a matter of whether you get what you want. It's a matter of how you go about striving for what you want.
Because you
So,
can get what you want and do it in a way that kind of ruins it. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you get
yeah,
what you want. You're like, wow, I really had to step on a dozen people to get what I wanted.
yeah. Or I had to cheat or
I
lie
had to
or,
cheat or lie or
yeah,
compromise my ethics or
yeah. And then getting what you want is just a moment in time, right? But the process of striving towards what you want, that's what gives achieving the goal its meaning. Is
you know, that
that
is so true because how many times have we gotten what we wanted and then we're like, that's nice, and then we're
yeah,
like, on to the next thing?
yeah, yeah. But so it's very much now it's great to get what you want. There's nothing wrong with getting what you want. But so for example, I play water polo. I've been playing all my life, and I play in a masters team, and we've won a lot of stuff, which is great. I love winning, but I don't have control over whether we win or not. I'm a goalkeeper, so
Ooh,
I can't score goals. So I can't control how my teammates do, how many goals they score. I can't control how good the other team is playing that day, how the referees go. But I can control what I do. I know how to position myself, how to be engaged in the game and aware and alert. So if I'm playing and I'm thinking, gosh, I want to win, I want to win, I win. If only we win, then I'll be happy. That then not only am I not in the game, but I'm thinking about things I don't have control over. Because maybe we'll win, maybe we won't. But if I'm thinking about if I'm thinking about all these things I don't have control over, then I'm not in the game and I'm not doing the things that I do have control over, like paying attention to what's
paying
actually
attention,
happening
yeah.
right now.
Being in the moment, being right in
Yes.
the middle of
Yeah.
the game and being present with that
Yeah.
process. And I think
Yeah.
so many of us hurry through the process. We're like,
Yeah.
I'm on the way to the goal. I'll
Yeah.
be happy when I get the goal.
Exactly.
But then
But
actually, if you pay attention, when you get to the goal, you're like, that's nice. And you just
yeah.
make another goal.
Yeah.
So,
And here's the thing that I've noticed. Just talking about water polo because it's a real tangible example of this. If I'm just totally engaged in the game and playing my best, then if we lose, I'm still going to feel good about what I did because I'll know I played my best. And if we lost, okay, too bad. We'll win another time. If we win, then I get to feel really good because I played my best and we won. But if I'm not if I'm thinking about, oh, I got to win, and we lose, then I've lost everything. And if we win, I know that it was luck because I wasn't all the way in. I wasn't playing my best. And so then it's not satisfying either. So the more we can focus on the things that we can control, that we do have an effect on, and not just wishing for things to go well. It's almost like anytime you catch yourself saying, if such and such, then I'll be really happy. You know that you're dealing in a realm that you probably don't have much control
yeah, because things change all the time. I mean, I think things change all the time and not necessarily in the direction we'd like it to be.
Yeah.
And if you just think about a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
it's a relationship. So that's two people,
Yeah.
and each one of those people has their own idea,
Yeah.
moment by moment or day by day, about where they want to see things go.
Yeah.
And maybe those match,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some of those things don't match.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
your playmate has to get some of the things that they want, and then you get to have some of the things that you want. And then overall, everybody's getting what they want.
Yeah.
And it's like moving forward together is I gotta confess, because
Uh-huh.
I'm an only child.
Uh,
This has really been a big thing for me to learn in my life, because I really used to making up the rules of the game. Like,
mm,
it's my game. This is how we play the game, right?
yeah.
So you can tell, because of what I'm leading right now, that I've actually made some progress in this area.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Been a little bit of work since I was, 2 or 3. A
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
few
Yeah.
lessons along the way.
Yeah.
But the truth is that it's more fun to be in relationship with others, because what I've learned is that if I can let go of control of how
Hmm.
it's going to show up. Like even who's going to play with me on this summit, for example. If I just let go and say, okay, I'm inspired to talk to this person or this person or that person.
Yeah.
Some people say no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because the people that say yes are like, yes, I'm
Yeah.
totally down with this. I'm excited. And they bring in energy
Yeah.
and contributions that I didn't have that
Yeah.
surprised me. So
Yep.
you can get gifts and surprises by being in the moment and not being so focused on the way you think it should be, but
Hmm.
opening to like, okay, I'm inspired by this. I'm opening the door and let's see what happens.
Yeah. And in relationships, okay, where we run into trouble is we think that we know somebody completely. Oh, I know. We've known each other for years. I know what she's thinking. I know what she's. That's a mistake, because within each one of us is a world. Each one of us is a world. And when we know somebody really well, we're still just knowing part of them, which means the essence of effective and satisfying relationships is curiosity. So you want to be thinking, I wonder what Carrie's thinking. I wonder what her experience is right now. What's that like for her, I wonder. And that's the essence of friendship, of collaboration and work, because then you get to have more of a creative process. And it's also the essence of romance in a romantic relationship, is that sense of curiosity. What is she like? What is he like? What do they enjoy? What would be fun to do together and to create together? So that quality of curiosity is sort of analogous, to in my water polo example of being engaged in the game. You
Yeah,
know.
that's such a cool thing. I interviewed this death coach. His
Mm.
name is Stephen Garrett. He's a death coach.
Oh,
He helps people face their death so that they can truly live.
oh,
It's just a great idea, right?
yeah.
Like he actually brings out these coffins and they get in the coffins and they like die.
Wow.
And they're in there, they're like, okay, I'm dead. How
Yeah.
did I live a good life? Like, but they
Wow.
come out, it's so transformative because you're like, wow. So
Yeah.
he said something really interesting to me during our interview. He said, I kill my wife every night before I go to sleep. And I wake up in the morning and I go, I wonder who this person is next to me.
Oh,
Who
wow.
is this?
Wow. That's beautiful. It's kind of gruesome, but beautiful.
Isn't it amazing? And I actually, since that conversation, I also made the spirit of death my ally. So like
Mm.
every morning, I just and every evening I let go of who I think I am. I say, spirit of death, just take everything I think I am because I know I made up a lot of stories today.
Hmm.
Some of
Uh-huh.
them aren't true.
Yeah.
And then when I wake in the morning, I say, great spirit, I
Mm.
surrender who I think I am to you because you created me in an innate design, and I just allow you to tell me who I am.
Mm. Wow.
It, it is really working.
Wow. Wow. Lovely.
And then
You
it's
know,
fun.
yeah. Well, what's fascinating, years ago, my original mentor was Nathaniel Brandon, and he and his wife Devers were the ones that inspired me to go into psychology in the first place when I was 20. And one of they used to do these weekend workshops, and uh, I went to a lot of different ones, and one of them that they did was on death, and it really was about facing your own mortality. And the fascinating thing was, at the end of that workshop, there was such a sense of expansion and joy and delight and playfulness, and the energy of the whole room at the end of that was so much. It was just, 2 or 3 times as expansive and light as any of their other workshops, which they're always good, a good ending to it. But that facing our own mortality and really looking at it really helps you own your own life. And another piece of that is what researchers have found is, okay, it's good to be grateful for what you have. So I'm very grateful for my wife. We have a wonderful life together. I'm so grateful that she's my mate. Well, we met on Thanksgiving 26 years ago. If I imagined that we hadn't ever met, and I imagined that that evening had never happened and we never met, and I never got to have any of the life that we've had together, and then I realized, oh, but we did meet, and here we are. I feel so much more joy and gratitude than just feeling gratitude. So it's kind of like that old Jimmy Stewart movie, It's a Wonderful Life, you know, where if you really realize that there's so many things that had to come together for our lives to become what they are, and if you kind of imagine maybe an important piece of that didn't happen, but then really let yourself feel that yes, but it did, there's a real flood of joy that you can experience to that. And I think there's similar processes.
Absolutely. There's this great lyric to a song by Momentology that
Mm.
says, just remember, we're on a giant rock floating through space.
Yeah.
Well, if that
Yep.
doesn't open your mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's so interesting because I really think that the reason why people resort to pills is because they've gotten themselves boxed into a tiny little corner
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, it's dark in here, it's dark in here, it's dark in here. And and really, if you just open the window,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see it's only dark in there. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's light out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
If you're in a thought tunnel and you're way down in the maze, yeah,
Yeah.
it gets pretty dark down in the thought tunnels.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, we all have our own tunnels, and some of them are more daunting than others. So I don't want to I wouldn't want to make it sound like it's easy or everybody's got the same, you know, just do this and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Because
that's why it's skills, not pills. I mean, because
yeah,
it takes skills and practice and
yeah,
tools.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes, you know, I think of, you know, we see when people have achieved something great, you know, in the world, like they've won a gold medal or they've built this fantastic business or something, and they get the applause and the accolades and the glory of it. And yet, um, for a lot of us, there's internal challenges that if we overcome them, it's no less of a triumph than winning a gold medal in the Olympics or you know, going to the moon, or it's that's the challenge. Um, I remember, I think there was an interview with Elton John or something that he said where, I mean, so he's created phenomenal music and had a whole lifetime of achievement. And what he's most proud of is that he's sober. That's what he's
Absolutely.
most proud of. And so our internal challenges, whether it's depression or anxiety or whatever it is, obsessive compulsive issues or anything, over to honor that this takes courage, it takes work, it's hard, and you need support for it. Nobody wins a gold medal all by themselves. You see these athletes, they've had support from their parents, from, you know, work that allow them to do this. um, if you can really own this is a project and I need to take this seriously, and not only own that it takes courage, which everybody I work with, part of what I love about what I do is I get to see the best in people because I get to know what their internal challenges are, and I see how much courage it takes to face and overcome these things. But if you can own that and take pride in the achievement that you've made yourself, that actually helps you feel more uh, resource in yourself. It helps you feel have access to more willpower, more energy, and that sense of pride in what you've achieved, even if nobody else in the world can see it because it's internal, is so important to have the compassion and the sense of triumph for that.
I really honor what you're saying, and I want to say that, you know, I mean, my journey began with a really difficult beginning, you know, 0 to 5, lots of childhood trauma, and that set things in motion in my life where a lot of my life I really felt like I was a burden, or I was trouble, and you know, I had to apologize for my existence, and I didn't feel good about myself, and I was in psychotherapy like for 3 decades, you know, really long time,
Yeah.
trying to fix me because I didn't feel like, you know, I was good enough for being in relationship. Lots of really low depressed moments, wanting to commit suicide. Lots of, you know, my journey has been very dark.
Yeah.
But I can say from now, at this moment, what you're saying is so true. I'm so proud of myself for solving the puzzle.
Yeah.
And getting to the place where it's really solid, grounded. It's not going back. I don't have to worry about myself. Like I know myself in truth. You know, there was a while on my journey where I was afraid it was all going to go back. Like I was just making it up, and I wasn't really healed. You know, I was going to like wake up one morning and be right back where I was.
Yeah.
And the thing about skills, it doesn't go backwards.
Yeah.
You're always moving forward. You might have some dips, but you use your tools, and the tools pull you up.
Yes.
And so you're not a victim of circumstance anymore. You're not at the mercy of something outside yourself. You're able to bring yourself consistently to a new higher level place within yourself. It's not going to go back.
Yeah, because you're creating new habits.
You're creating new habits, new beliefs, new tunnels through your brain, new pathways, new connections.
Yeah.
You're healing your spirit, you're healing your soul, you're healing your inner child, and that doesn't go back to where it was. It goes forward. So I want to just say that to give people encouragement. Like, I've had probably some of the most challenging diagnoses. You know, I was diagnosed bipolar, I was diagnosed manic depressive, borderline personality. These are things that many people spend their whole lives in.
Yeah.
But I just want to be that voice of like hope that when you really take this journey and you take responsibility for that puzzle, you find the skills and the experts like Joel here that you need to help guide you in the skills development, you can get through it, and you can get to the other side where your primary life experience is happiness.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, not in the sense of comparing yourself to other people, because we're all so different.
We are so different. We all have a unique puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if any one of us spent 5 seconds within another person's psyche, we'd totally freak out. Because we'd have no way to orient to it. We're really, I mean, we have plenty in common, of course. We have a common humanity. There's all kinds of things we share, but our internal experience is totally unique, and our own project to create.
Project to create. I love that. Unique project to create. You get this opportunity to love yourself. And you know what I realized recently is that what I really wanted, what my inner child really wanted, was my love.
Yeah.
And now she has it. And I had this really deep, long meditative retreat. And in the middle of that, I realized that she was sitting in my lap, and she's like, "This is exactly what I wanted."
Oh, lovely.
That's like great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get to that place.
How wonderful.
This is exactly what I wanted.
Oh.
You know, so we can bring ourselves there, and it's a journey, and to really be part of the journey, as we've been talking about, to enjoy the journey, even the challenging moments, because just like when you run a race or you achieve it, when you're really present for that game, and you're really present for all the blocks that you did in the goal and all the things that you did, it's so rewarding.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's plenty of, and it's never a constant upward, trajectory of joy and bliss.
No.
We're biological critters. There's expansions and contractions and ebbs and flows and, inhales and exhales. So if you're trying to hold on to, oh, I got to be happy, I got to be happy, I got to be happy, you don't want to do that. You want to aim for the kind of habits and the kind of behaviors and practices that bring you personally your happiness, and know that you're going to have some good days and some bad days and some harder times and easier times, but you're aiming for, how can I make the best of this? How can, optimism isn't about just seeing the good all the time. It's a problem-solving approach to life, where you're going, oh, okay, here's this obstacle. I wonder how I can negotiate this obstacle.
Or
Here's this
turn it
challenge.
into an opportunity.
Yeah, what's the best way to deal with this challenge? Because there's got to be a way through here somehow. And
That's
that's the
is the
spirit of it.
skills. Those are the skills.
Mm-hmm.
And we all need a little help from our friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why this summit is taking place. And Dr. Joel definitely shared some amazing insights in his interview for the Skills Not Pills Summit, which is happening May 1st through 30th. So please, if you're interested in this, sign up, join us. It's the website is skillsnotpillsmovement.com. And when you sign up, you will be receiving these emails starting May 1st every day, 30 experts, 30 days, 30 skills to help you in your journey, and 30 bits of inspiration, because every one of these experts has such an amazing gift to share, and wisdom that helps us all grow and evolve, and that's what we're here to do. So thank you so much for agreeing to come on and give a little inspiration and share a little wisdom on our live today.
Thank you, Carrie. My pleasure. It's fun.
Absolutely. So we'll see you guys. Like I said, encourage you to share all this wisdom out on the feed, share it with all your friends, invite people to come on board who are open to hearing about alternative solutions and open to start solving their puzzle in a new way. We've got lots of experts and wisdom to share. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good one.